Here we go. Hello and welcome back to the finish line and our York Ebor Festival preview of 2020. So today we are going to look over some of the big races, well, most of the big races from this week's Ebor Festival. So we start with Wednesday and the Great Voltigeur Stakes. And we have the betting underneath. So we have Mogul, Darrain, Pablo Escobar, Highland Chief, Pearl Driver, Subjective, Backshore, Rocco, and Juan Elcano. David, let's crack.
Not much. Yourself?
So we're talking like we haven't seen each other for like 45 minutes. We've been sitting here 45 minutes.
Just sitting here waiting.
Right, pull this apart. Is this Moguls to win? Is it Moguls to lose? Who do you fancy? What way do you go on about?
I don't know what to make of Mogul, to be honest. I'd take on the top two. Mogul, he's very like his brother, I'd say. Japan, and he takes a good while to get fit. He was better the last day at Goodwood. Darrain, Two Down Hot's brother, and Somi Dar and Lati Dar and all that, them good horses that John Gosling's after training. I'd say he's obviously a good horse, and I think Two Down Hot was a bit of an enigma for that, because the rest of them want the trip and he was all speed. This fella seems like he wants the trip. If I was to choose between Mogul and him, I'd give him a shout, just because natural progression. He'd have to progress a lot, but you think he'd end up being a decent horse. But the one I'd go for is Pile Driver.
Yeah.
I think the race, he's beaten Mogul fair and square. Mogul has had a couple of runs since the Derby then. The Pile Driver, the 0 next to his name, is in the Derby. That might have been just a bridge too far for him. He might not have handled the track as well. He's pretty good form. I don't see why he's the price he is, 9-1. I think he's a great each-way price.
I'd have the same view kind of Mogul. I don't know what to make of him. He's been touted as Ballydoyle's Derby horse all last year, and he didn't run too badly in it. Where they're saying that he needed another run, but when he was in it, but how much of a run are you going to need when you're running in a Derby? That's the thing.
He won the last day. I actually thought he might win the last day, but I didn't back. And I had great time for Japan last year, and Japan got better as the season went on. But Japan has really disappointed me this year as well. They give them too many excuses. Maybe the family in itself, they're hard to get fit. But I don't know. I've gone off Japan completely. I think whatever about the first day at Ascot, his race was at Sandown, and he was just awful. They gave him an excuse, he had a stone bruise or something was wrong with him that day. But him and Mogul, I can't make head or tails. I don't know how it can take 75 runs for him to lose a bit of weight and get fit.
Yeah, I think there's too much built into that now. At the prices, I wouldn't. Not even at the price. I'm not really drawn to him at all. I'm not drawn to him or Darrain at all. The one who's I'm very interested in is Subjective.
Yeah, he's not a bad horse.
He was beat last time by Mogul, fair and square, more or less. But York is going to be, I think, is going to play more to strength. It's kind of favours front runners, and it's a small field. He might be left alone to do his own thing. He was only beaten 3.5 lengths or something like that. Yeah. But he was only collared at inside the final furlong. I really like him. 12-1. I'd be willing to take a chance on him. With Pearl Driver as well, I gladly forgive him his run in the Derby. It was not a strange run race, but it was a race that was ran where they thought the winner was, who won it again? Who won the Derby? Serpentine. They thought Serpentine was going to stop, but he didn't. So I'd write off that run altogether. He's beat Mogul. Mogul has won last time, beaten Subjective by 3.5 lengths. The prices aren't right at all. You're getting 2-1 Mogul, or you can get 12-1 Pearl Driver. It's already beat Mogul in the Group 1. And then I like Subjective because I think he'll improve again.
Hookham did wonders for that form over the weekend as well. He bet Subjectivist. Now, like, Johnson runs his horses a lot, so they're not going to win every day of the week, every time they run. And I think that's about 4 runs back. He was third to Hookham in Royal Ascot. He's ran a couple of times since, but he looks like to me he's the winner of the St. Ledger. So that form took a good boost the other day again as well.
And like on people who like ratings, there's not much in ratings between them all. I think Power Driver is actually rated just about the same as Mogul. Subjective only is rated £4 inferior than Mogul. Like there's not much to find.
I can understand why people would go for one of the top 2 in the betting, but it wouldn't surprise me if
I think
Highland Chief, Pile Driver, or Subjectivist are the winner. I'm picking Pile Driver, but it wouldn't surprise me if the other 2 wins, and they're just way better price.
Yeah, another one actually, Roberto Escobar. He's from the family of Pablo Escobar, and all them. He won very nicely last time out, but I think this might come too soon for him. So I am going to go with Subjective each way at 12 to 1. Yeah, you? Pile Driver. Next on to probably the race of the week, the Juddmonte International. So we've Gay at the 11th age, Kameko 4s, Magical 4s, Lord North 92 and 16 to 1 and 100 to 1 rest. It's between the top 4.
I think it's actually a really good race. There's have to be some, whatever way that the season's kind of being mad because of COVID and all that, but there's have to turn out to be some great races. We've lots to look forward to going into the winter as well with Palace Pier the other day and Mohata. I think I mentioned the Miler division is top notch. The 3-year-olds look good. I'd give Kameko a right good shout. I don't think he would have bet Mohata, but he would have been second. Any horse that can beat Circus Maximus is actually a decent horse, and he would have beat Circus Maximus that day. That horse just keeps running so well in Group 1s. He's a perfect ratings horse to go up against in any of those mile Group 1s. He won the Guineas, and at that stage I thought he was a 1 mile 2 horse. The Derby kind of stretched him, but I will not back against Magical.
I would have been absolutely shocked if you went against her.
I just love her. First time getting an actual decent price this year, so I'll have a heavy bet on Magical. I think she's a better horse than she was last year. She's a filly, so she got a few allowances. I know she's a 5-year-old now. And I just think the way Goyat runs will actually suit Magical. I said it about Love in the Guineas. When Aidan only has 1 horse in a race, he really, really, really thinks the horse is going to win. It's a tip in itself. Like he's so many good horses there. If he's 3 or 4 of them, it don't matter really the price to me. I'm
getting distracted while I'm doing.
I'm happy to pick the one that I think has the best chance. But like Love in the Guineas and Magical now, I think the only reason she stayed in training, I said it in a couple of other videos, is she has to be better than she was last year, and they reckon she can beat an Abel or add another couple of Group 1s. And if she bet Goyat here, who I slated earlier in the year, but he's put up 2 good performances. She could come out and beat him and beat Kameko. It'd be justification for keeping her in training.
My take on this, to me, it boils down to 2. As much as I really, really like Gayat, I don't think he's going to win. I think he's going to set it up for closers. This is the weather dependent now for me. If there's a lot of rain going, Magical wins this all day. If they miss the rain, I can see Kameko winning this. I think he has. I think my 2.5 is going to be on his limit for stamina. Roaring Line won it, so there's very good hope that he's going to see out the trip. He'll handle the track, no hassle. He'll get a pace to aim at. He'll use that kick. He's getting allowances. He's getting weight off Magical as well, which is a big plus for me. I think on good soft ground, he's going to be very hard to beat, getting the weight allowance off Magical. If it's soft, I think Magical will just have that enough grit and determination to win. People are going to say Lord North has the form on soft. Yes, he does, but I think he needs another step up to take this.
I'll be honest, I couldn't take that form at Ascot at all.
Embahar?
No, Adabe was second, but Adabe probably wasn't his ground. He's come back from 2 hard races in Australia, so he ran as well as could be expected. And the Haggis horses all that week just didn't fully run up to scratch. They've been better probably 2 weeks after that. They've been winning races all over the place. Japan was just fat as anything that day. Ran well to a point and just died away. Madoya that day was terrible. So he won. He won as he liked, but I probably think he's probably the only horse that performed that day in the Prince of Wales Alaska.
Yeah. Like if Gare gets loose on the lead again, he's going to be hard to catch.
He will, but I just think you set it up for Magic, and she's just a lovely way of going. She's so uncomplicated. She's typical Galileo filly or colt. They don't mess around. I'd say she'll just sit in behind gates. She won't give him a lead like he got the day at Newmarket. And it's a whole different ball game, I think, facing Kameko and a top-class Magical who's had 2 runs. Kameko middle of the season. Then facing an Ebor who wasn't fit, and Japan that just has lost the plot in the Coral Eclipse. So I think it's a way stronger race than he had the last.
Yeah, I think he needs to step up even more again. I can see him drifting on the day during the week.
I know a few people fancy him for the Arc. If Gay had ended up winning this and beating those 2 horses and did it in good style again, then I'd say he definitely has a chance in the Arc.
Because my gut is saying Kameko is going to win. I don't know why. I just have this mad feeling he's going to put everything together again and just show the top class horse it is. But we could come Wednesday. We could come Wednesday at 3:30 and think Magical is the biggest certainty of the week.
Oh, 72, 4-1. I think I'm all over.
Like there's no enable or she has to run against it.
It's like the lads know that in our group. I don't bet a whole lot. That's just my style. But I'd be backing probably max that, I bet, and hoping. Again, I would have backed her against the Enable, so I see no reason not to back her on Wednesday. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick my guns with Kameko. I really like him. I think
Magical for me.
Right, so on to Thursday and won the Sky Bet Louder Stakes over 6 furlongs. This is one hell of a trappy race, but I think I have the winner. I really like. Right, we start with the favourite anyway. Socrates, second behind. Have a look at.
Or this is a fillies race.
Sorry. Second in the Queen Anne. The Queen Mary Ascot beat by a Wesley Warhorse, Campanelli. And the horse I like also ran in that race is the Richard Hannon trained Happy Romans. Was fifth in that, ran next time out, absolutely bolted in the Weatherby Super Sprint. That's all his runs been over 5 furlongs. He's stepping up 6 furlongs, but he missed the break that day. He was behind the good few lengths, and he was just dropped out the back, came with his run, and won going away. Won very impressively. He's a 10-1 shot for a race where some are only raced once, twice. This fella has the form in the book. He's proven that he can. Her. It doesn't matter. Sorry, it does actually. Her. She's proven form. She won a Sandown, which would be a stiff enough sprint track. Won at Weatherby, which is stiff enough as well. I think a 10-1 would be very, very, very hard to keep out on the money. I don't know what to make of the favourite. Kind of worries me that he didn't run since Ascot. The second and third in the betting, there's muchness between them on the last run, so I came down to Happy Romance 10-1 each way in an absolute minefield.
Right, this is a minefield, and I put her up in a video a couple of weeks ago. David Loughran's horse, Santasha. It is a minefield, but I think she's a good price considering she's already won a Group 3.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the top a 5 in the bet. So Sacred has only run over 5 furlongs. Dicky Duda has only run over 5 furlongs. And Happy Romance. And I understand Happy Romance was very impressive the last day, but has only run over.
Well, I'm only seeing this now. We can't see the comments for some reason today, but I can see them all here.
Must have done so.
I don't know.
Try and fix it there.
I'll try. You keep talking.
Happy Romance only over 5 furlongs. So for that reason, I'm tending to go with the horses that have raced over 6 furlongs, and I think Santasha and Hala 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 will be in the top 3 again, and I would not back against Santasha. I think she's a good bet.
Yeah, you're sticking to her guns. You like her a lot from last run.
Yeah, I liked her today. Today she was 3rd at Ascot.
Oh, look what I'm just I'll start reading things off this because they're not coming up on the screen for me.
Sorry, the time she was 3rd, she won her first day out. She was very unfancy. She was 3rd then to Dandala and Fev Rover, and that form is just streets ahead of anything else. Mm-hmm. So I'm all for her. Yeah,
I really like Happy Romance.
What's going on in the comments?
10-1. Go ahead. We'll take it.
That's annoying though. That
I know. I don't know. I must have pressed up. I did. On this one, we will go. George Nixon thinks Sacred will not be or Sacred. Sacred. I'm something sprint to Sacred. Sacred doesn't lose. Move on. Robbie.
Sacred doesn't know. Well, Robbie is trying to tell you here. Click on live chat.
I know.
Yeah, we know that. Robbie, it's not working.
We'll go back through a few. Robbie thinks Gay has been written off again. I think he needs to step up again. Gay beating Abel comfortably. That's true. Kuba thinks the ground is key. That is also very true. Robbie's nap of the festival is Mogul.
No, it's not. That's a lie. I'm not having that.
Robbie, you're a fraud. Next, on to Darley Yorkshire Oaks. This won't take long. I reckon we will find out if Love goes on soft ground this year. She is 4-9 on. I will not be opposing her, but I will put up Manuel de Vega each way at 10-1 or betting without her. Soft to the ground, the better for her. She's by Luke de Vega. They absolutely love soft ground. She won her first race this season at Haydock on a good soft ground by 2 lengths, beating Fanny Logan. She went on to win the Lancashire Oaks by 5 lengths. Initially, she was a sharp price.
I love that horse. Every time she runs a roll up.
Did she lose?
Her and what's the other de Vega? Manuela and fucking, there's another one as well.
Qui Vega.
No, there's another de Vega as well.
See what I just done there?
What?
I tried to scroll my page. Yeah, Manuela de Vega, each way 10-1.
You see Kubo back Pentland Hills for the article today.
Kubo, explain yourself.
Pentland Hills.
Explain.
He's not even running this year.
Explain.
And he's not a horse.
Explain.
He's a giraffe.
Come on, we'll wait there for Kubo's response to this now. We won't spend much time on this race.
I think if the ground goes soft, then run Love anyway to see if she handles it, because she'll smash the rest of them otherwise. And then the Steinman ran like a pig the last twice, but I'll probably end up coming second. At a crazy price, 33-1, too big.
Well, we have George Lloyd fancies Franklin Darling at 15-2. Would you forgive her a run behind Love in the Oaks? No, she's not going to be Love. But that's what I mean. Like, Ennis Steinman bet Frankie Darling fair and square. Frankie Darling 7-1 and Ennis Steinman was 33-1. Yeah.
And it's because she ran badly in the Irish Oaks.
She ran badly. She ran all right then back down the ship of Gorn last week, I think. It was 1-0, didn't her?
I can't understand it anyway. I think if you wanted an each way bet back, Ennis Steinman again.
It's not bad, Joe. Yeah, Blue de Vega. Or Blue de Vega. I'm looking at chat. Someone said
There's
Blue de Vega.
actually.
Blue de Vega.
That's not the one I was talking about.
Key Buckley said Blue de Vega looked class as a 2-year-old. That's probably what I'm on about.
No.
Right. Moving on.
Antonio de Vega. You put up that one all the time as well.
Keeps winning.
Yeah.
Shut up. Now, Weatherby's Hamilton Lonsdale Cup Stakes over 2 miles. My kind of race now. So we have MBR 94, Naya Road 11-4, Dashing Willoughby 7-2, Eagles by Day 11-2, True Self 9s, Behold 9s. Excuse me, 14-1 bar.
I tell you what.
Tell me. Man.
If ever there's a horse that deserves to win a big race, it's Naya Road.
He's not going to, God love him.
I don't like MBR.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
I don't like her, but I think it's going to be set up for.
I don't like her, but... And you know what? I'd love to see Naya Road win, but I think Dashing Willoughby will win.
Yeah, I had that look. But then something put me off it. Is that right?
He's just a big brute of a horse, isn't he?
He's the kind of horse that just relishes being out in front. But the thing that puts me, that's kind of fearing me off it, is there's so much pace on.
The two of them will go against each other.
It's going to be Naya Road, Dashing Willoughby, and Will Hold.
Will Hold is not good enough. He won't be able to.
Yeah, but he's going to force the pace. And that's why I think MBR is going to be set up for.
Yeah.
She was third in the Fillies of Mayor Group 1 at Longchamp last year, beaten by Annapurna, and that was on soft ground. So she handles it like she was only beat what?
She don't want soft ground though. Like she's way better on good form, way better. And I tell you, beating Cavaletta and Snow the last day is nowhere near the same form that Naya Road and Dashing Willoughby have.
Yeah, but that was only her second run of the season. She's a big girl. She needs a lot of racing.
Yeah, she's a big bitch.
But the gut was that
Thomas is going to back Naya Road anyway. He's going to be
he loves the goddamn thing.
Oh God, I can't wait for Naya Road. He mentioned it 78 times in the group on Friday.
The gut is that Dashing Willoughby is improving this season. Like he's beat Spanish Moon and Cross Counter. They're two solid horses. Cross Counter was a very good horse back in the day. I think if they keep him away from the pace and just track with holes and leave him go nuts in front, because he's going to come back to him because he's not good enough to win this on all known form.
But I tell you, Dashing Willoughby smashed with holes 2 races ago, and he's come back out one again. It's Dashing Willoughby for me.
Yeah,
I won't take on the other two.
Yeah, Dashing Willoughby. This is one where I want the back in running. It's a race I want the back in running. I want to see who's gone out and who's gone out as fast. If Dashing Willoughby is pulled back off the lead, I think he's improving so much that he will win this. But if they're gone like the Clappers and he's gone with him, I'm not going anywhere near him. I think it'll be set up for MBR to close on him all.
It'll be it's going to be an Oisin Murphy masterclass.
And if there is so much pace on, the one I looked at a big price, Who Dares Win, would not be near the pace. If there's a pace collapse, 14-1. There's not much. He's just over 5 lengths to find at Naya Road. At least, not saying win, at least get a nick third place. That's my view behind that. You? What? Dashing Willoughby?
Dashing Willoughby.
Dashing Willoughby. I'd let you know in running.
All these are going to win. That's going to be a great week.
Imagine. Next, we are to...
Do you want to do a few comments before we go? Or is there any...
yeah, all right. Okay. Where are we? When is racing Tommy on? Naya Road will lap this race.
Who said that, Robbie?
George Nixon. Always is underestimated in every race.
Yeah, he is, to be fair.
And Kubo just accused him of copying Racing Tommy. Hashtag Racing Tommy.
You're a fraud. You back Pentland Hills.
You still haven't explained yourself, Kubo. Please, seriously. He's going to go mad now. LeBron and...
Strad will win this in a wheelchair.
Where's that?
They are.
That's true. Harry Clark, that is true.
Go to the arc, Harry. You won't win that, though. It's too slow.
Dashing will be not a bad shout at all. I agree with Dave, though. I just want to oppose the favourite here. Yeah.
I'm away against the favourite. She wants to really rattle him fast ground. And it's weird because she's so big you wouldn't think that she wants fast ground, but she wants to rattle him quick ground. Like she had at Goodwood.
I think she'll handle it, though. I think she'll get away with it. But the first horse I thought of when I was going through it, before I looked at that, and it just Dashing Willoughby just stuck out to me. He's just an absolute dog of a 2 miler. He's a proper horse that you want in these races. Yeah, Dash and Will. I have to convince myself. Dash and will win this. And who dare wins to take advantage of a pace collapse. Right. Gimcrack Stakes. What do you mean?
This is one of my best bets of the week, right?
Tactical.
No, because he's running on Sunday.
Is he?
Yeah.
Ah, well, that's mine. Selection went out the window.
Tactical is running Sunday in the race in France, as far as I know. What's it called? The Prix Morny. The €2 Grade 1 in France. Mohawk King, Richard Hannon's horse.
Okay.
7-1 at the moment.
Right.
There was about a month ago in Ascot. There was two good maidens that throw up decent winners. The Coles one and the Phillies one. He won the Coles one. The Hannons are after winning it a good few years in a row, and they always win it with a good horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
The favourite is a decent horse that day, and the thing that came fourth is reopposing in this race. The thing that came fourth that day absolutely won easy the next time in a maiden. I think it was at Newbury. He was basically on the bridle coming over the line. Now, Mohawk King smashed him at Ascot. So I've been waiting for this horse to come back out again. And I am all over him. Well, that's as long as Tactical doesn't run. If Tactical runs, he'll win.
Well, I was all over Tactical until you said that there. I may as well just say my reason behind it. Where on collateral form, the favourite Supremacy holds Tactical through Yazelman. Well, he's been unlucky in his runs. He's never got a clear run. And I think Supremacy is going to make this an absolute end-to-end gallop. He went down from the front, made all, sprinted away from the lot of them.
I thoroughly respect Supremacy. He's a good horse, but I wouldn't take him over Tactical. I think Tactical.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, go on.
I say Supremacy is going to go an out-and-out galloping. This is going to be the race where we're going to see the best performance out of Tactical, because he's going to have a decent pace to aim at. He's going to get a clear run. He'll have a huge long straight to get going. And if he runs, which I hope he does, and doesn't go to France, I think 3-1 is the bet of the week. He is. I think he's that good.
He's very good. If he runs, I'd probably side with him. But Mohawk King has a touch of the Dandalas off it for me.
Touch of the Dandalas.
When I was certain she'd win at Royal Ascot.
So that's a good feeling.
It's the eye test, like the racing Tommy would say, or you would say, and the racing Tommy stole it on you, to be honest. He was just so visually impressive today at Ascot.
Kubo just called you out.
He won by a head and a neck, but it was just so easy. It was such an easy head and a neck. You could tell that Pat Dobbins was just kind of codding him along. Like it was first run out. They wanted him to win, and Kubo, you backpedaling on hills. You should be ashamed of yourself.
He just said Dave has tipped Petty Mushmore and Politolog for Cheltenham 2021. ...
All right, we're live. We're live here now on YouTube.
Live.
And I did not tip Politolog or Petty Mouchoir. I actually picked them in match bets against horses that you picked, because their horses are so shit. I picked terrible horses to beat just because I know
who are they going against.
Politolog is against. I could be Deafy.
Oh, that's easy.
And Petty Mouchoir is against Saldier. Saldier won't even make the champion hurdle.
He has more injuries than I do.
Behave yourself.
Right, Dave is sweet on Mohawk King, very much so on this. And if Tactical runs, I am all over Tactical. If not, Dave's had to convince me to back this Mohawk King.
Get on it.
Right, on to the steering job of the week. Battash 1-2, R-Power 5-2, Alala. Alala, is that right? Alali?
Ali.
Yeah, doesn't matter. 7-1 and 21 bar the rest. This is surely a steering job. Surely.
Look, he's by a mile the best horse in the race. He's so far ahead on ratings. It's just insanity.
What is he?
He's like 12 pounds ahead of everything else. Our Power is good. He's an up and comer. He'll run a decent race, I'd say. He's great. He looks great. I love it.
Shock.
But at the prices, and because Battash throws in a wobbler every now and again, I said it earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to bite somebody. Now, he's 2 runs this year and he hasn't at all thrown in a wobbler, and I think it's to do with no crowds.
Yeah, he's not
getting worked up like he had. I think it will help him because he's got worked up twice in the Nunthorpe and then end up winning the Nunthorpe. But the previous 2 years he got worked up. The year that Marcia won it, his form would have been streets ahead of Marcia and the American filly, and he just lost it before the race even started. He was trying to bite the stall and everything. If he turns up on his A game, he'll win. But I'm going to back A Ali.
You have a thing for this horse?
He's such a good closer in 5 furlong races. The only bad races he's run in his life are the one they sent him to America, to a sprint in America. He didn't run well there, and then they started him this year on the dirt at Newcastle, and he clearly just didn't handle it. Yeah, the dumb Irish is back, boy. He keeps actually writing to me about bets he's doing and going on about putting your €10 on. Like, this fella is just an absolute fool. He still didn't accept the challenge. Like,
can I get my tip?
I'm not even getting into this now. But Ali, yeah, for me.
Battash wins. Moskill each way at 25-1.
I was really close to snapping there now.
See the way I can keep you under control these days. Should that chill?
But you know what really bothers me is the fake picture he has as well. And the
Everything
fake profile. Dumb Irish first, and now he's Wayne Harrison. But you're probably not even knowing. Your name's probably not Wayne Harrison.
It's probably John.
I'd say you're a 5-year-old. Or the brain hole, anyway.
Final one of the week. The easiest race of the week. Sky Bet Ebor Handicap over 1 mile 6. The $1 million pound handicap. What you make of this? Who would you like? Who don't you like?
I give a big shout out to James Cotter, that's in our group. He's been banging on about this horse, I'd say, since lockdown started back in March.
The name pops up every now and then.
He throws in an old picture every now and again of him as well. It's random, and he knows I like grey horses, so I'm all over this. But I would have backed him at Ascot, but Tom convinced us to back something else, and I was unhappy, to say the least, when he won at Ascot.
Who did he convince us to beat?
Ranchand.
Jesus Christ, that's a yak of yaks.
He won the race at Ascot so easy. I really think he's a grade 2, grade 1 stayer. He's that good. Right? He hasn't ran many times in his life, but Roger Varian actually gave a good interview before the race at Ascot, saying that he'd hope he'd win, but he basically said his legs are made of glass. So
that's not good.
If we get into the track at all, we're lucky, and whatever happens from then on in is a bonus. I think he's raced 7 times in his life, and he's a 6-year-old. But he's so much progression, and he's way ahead of his mark.
I think he's
a certainty.
Really?
Yeah.
I
think he's a 7-1. I've Paddy Power betting here. 7-1 certainty.
He's top price 7-1. Would you go strong on him now?
Yeah.
And now is it a bigger price that you want?
No, he's the only horse in this, and I like this race. He's the only horse that interests me.
Right, so where's my foot? I was going back. Right, so the one I like is Deja, or Deja, however you want to pronounce it, for Peter Chapelheim. Right, so this fellow was second, beaten a half a length by Scarlet Dragon in the Duke of Edinburgh at Royal Ascot. He then went on to win the Old Newton Cup at Haydock.
That's a good race, usually.
He absolutely sluiced up in it. That first race is his first race back after 211 days, and he clearly progressed again from first to second race. And if there's another bit of improvement again, he's on the mark 112. I think he's a lot better than that. And he goes on soft ground. I just presume it's going to be soft ground. with all the rain. He's 14-1. I think he's a cracking bet at 14-1. And one, he's probably not running because you said he's running on Wednesday. Pablo Escobar.
Roberto Escobar.
No, Pablo. We're up the top.
Oh, Pablo, yeah.
Oh,
that's his brother.
Pablo runs in this. Lads, fill your boots. He's such a good horse. He's tactically versatile. You put him anywhere in a race. Goes on the ground. One last time out, very impressively. He turns up 8-1. He will go off favourite, I guarantee you. I'd fancy him. How many he's in it? How many gets in?
20, I'd say.
20. He needs 9 to drop out of his 20. But if Pablo Escobar runs, I'd be very, very keen.
Maybe it was 30.
On him winning, and same with Deja, however you want to pronounce it, at 14-1. They are 2 strong bets to me in this game. You're allowed to have 2 bets in this. It's like 30 runners.
This actually, it's a good week. I enjoyed this week. I prefer this than Royal Ascot.
What time's that on it?
I had a really good Royal Ascot this year. I guarantee you'll have a shocking Ebor.
I might have to take the telly outside now.
The which?
Might have to take the telly outside for the community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Watching a race in your way, anyway.
Of course. Yeah. Nap.
My nap is magical.
We'll go through comments in a minute. Your nap is magical. Your next best?
Mohawk King.
My nap would be... Ooh, who's my nap? I am going to go for Tactical if he turns up as my nap. If not, Kameko. My next best is Deja. 14s for the Ebor.
I really think they'll let Love run on soft ground as well, even if it turns up soft. Because at the end of the day,
have to find out.
At the end of the day, she's won a Guineas, she's won an Oaks. There's not many fillies do it. She's not a colt, so it's not going to upset her stallion value if she loses a race that she technically should win. So find out if she goes on soft. If she's genuine and she's a Galileo and she just gets away with it, even if she's not better on. She's obviously not. She's obviously better on firm ground, like. But I think they'll run her.
Harry Clark's team, Goshen, will win it.
Yeah, imagine
getting in there off 88. He would absolutely sluiced up, and he would have the soft ground.
He's a little bull.
Mullins micromanage an interesting runner if he goes into it. I doubt he'll run. He only run on Sunday.
He disappointed me the other day.
He was very free. I could forgive him. He was very free and fresh.
He kind of blew up, didn't he?
He was there 2 furlongs out and he blew up.
He blew up.
He needed a run, I'd say. I doubt he'll run him again.
More comments from that. Janet.
Nah, 0. Kubo said that the bet is actually Salia versus Petty and A Plutard versus Plitlock.
A Pluton. That's okay.
No, it's
not an issue.
Mark Smith, I think Ghostwatch will be interesting in the Ebor at a big price. Do you agree? I actually glanced over him. That's Godolphin's horse. I won't put you off him at all now.
Yeah, he's not a bad horse.
Who's after him? Dave. See, a clip was brought up of our Cheltenham Festival preview when
the lads have nothing better to do in lockdown but go back on previous videos.
Well,
and yeah, I didn't like him by Alan. I was trying to find something to take him on, but like,
what did you call him?
I call him a 3-point plotter, and I will stand by it because I said it. I'm not denying it. You're denying that you backed Pentland Hills. A shock. But yeah, M. Allen, he's probably the best horse in training, surely over jumps.
No, 100%. Another one. York rise like an artificial surface with all the drainage. Never mind the rain. Well,
there you go.
Dave thinks Blue Sarri is better than him.
I do not think Blue Sarri is better than my Allen.
Oh, he's getting.
You're all funny, aren't you? Because we asked one of you to come on here and join us, and you're all funny in the comments. All the bunch of dumb Irishes.
I put up a comment.
It's a fly on it. No, it's annoying.
I put up a comment in. I'll leave him off. It's Robbie. What?
That was mean.
He's come there, but he won't go on camera.
Oh yeah.
See?
Yeah, he's hanging around.
I put a comment in our WhatsApp group asking any of the lads that are in it who wants to come on tonight and put their money where their mouth is.
Can't wait to eat turkey.
Some people ended up going to Italy. Some people said next week.
Italy, like there was no even talk of George Nixie Wixie going to Italy ever before. Like.
Some said, "Oh, I need more time," but yes.
Did you see the picture of George Nixie Wixie with the racing blogger?
What was he wearing?
Yeah.
That one, him though, was it?
George Nixie Wixie with the racing Bixie.
Robbie said he'll join next week.
What are we doing next week?
I have no idea. Look at next week.
The racing's probably terrible.
He can come on Sunday for straight to the point. Sunday, straight to the point, Robbie. We'll go through all of the Ebor Festival.
Are we giving a yak of the week this week?
Yeah. Who's Yak? Yak of the week.
Mum's tip. Didn't even run. I just hate him now.
Who am I out with?
I'm not over what I saw at Newbury that day. I think it was Newbury. He tried to run backwards. I'm not over that.
Tried to moonwalk out of the place. Who am I put up? Name someone that ran this week that was cash.
There was a few of them.
Oh, I can't think of any. I think of one from.
It wasn't the best of racing, really. Persian King, he was useless the other day.
Oh, let's talk about Palace Pier versus Muhatar.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I really like both horses. I think the 3-year-old milers are just really good. They'll be a good race. I imagine if it's soft ground, Palace Pier.
Oh, we have a yak of the week. Perry Lappin.
Oh, him.
There we go.
He's as bad as Mum's tip. How good? It's just useless.
What's this? Maximum Security and Midnight Bizou are the best two in training.
Maximum Security, he's that American.
Is that thing that's always on drugs?
Yeah, he's the.
Is that again take out 2 race because he was on drugs or something?
No, he got disqualified in the Kentucky Derby because he fucking tried to kill it on a horse.
Oh, then
he was definitely he would have won, like, but he just cut across.
Don't get started.
I don't even care about that.
Bloody.
I know. I like that's beyond my.
Can we we may as well mention there's a lot of bullshit going on this week about interference and so on and so forth. Jamie Heffernan is right at Gorham Park where 2 horses went for the 1 gap. He won the race to it, bumped your man on the way out. It's right. No one died.
They're going to have to come to some sort of decision on it. I don't know what they're going to do because
they can't go. They can't
watch the race in a long time, and there is race riding. Like they're all horses. They're going to bump each other. It's like people running in a marathon. They hit each other and they clip heels and stuff, and people get injured. But there's levels to it. Like the video, the thing that happened in Australia is on a completely different level to what Jamie Heffernan did. Yeah. But and I don't know how they're going to figure that out. Like the thing in Australia, he just came across with 7 horses, and it was disgraceful. Like, but it's hard to know. It really is.
Like they can't go to the extreme that Americans do, and say if you breed on a horse, you get thrown out.
I have views on lots of things, but I'm going to step away from this one because it's just not my cup of tea.
It could be long, nice. Question from Roberto: who's the 3 best horses in training?
Did we not do this last week?
I don't know. I can't remember. 3 best flat horses, 3 best jump horses. We leave it at that.
3 best flat horses.
Yeah.
The best flat horse in training is Love. Again, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The second best is Palace Pier.
Yeah.
And the third best is Magical, and she's showing on Thursday.
My 3 flat would be Love, yeah. Battash. And Palace Pier. No, wait. Yeah, Love, Bash, Palace Pier.
Gosling said today as well, he's staying in training next year, so that's really good to afford.
Yeah, I heard some little rumours going around they're putting away for next year, which I don't like to say.
No, he's definitely going to be in the QE2, but they don't know if he's going to run in the Moulin in France, but he'll definitely race the QE2. And then next year he'll be back. And I'm pretty sure Mohatar's staying in training as well, because he's only run like 5 times in his life.
Yeah, I'd say he'll go QE2, and I'd say he'll go Breeders' Cup Mile.
It's great. The likes of Alpine Star and all that, like they kept, they surely keep her in training and stuff as well. So we've a lot to look forward to. There was times where you'd see a flat horse 2 or 3 times, you'd never see him again. So it's good.
3 jumps.
Jumps, geez, my 3 jumps horses would be. Album Photo has to be number 1. Dual Gold Cup winner. Envoy Allen. And I've never backed him.
Oh.
But he's very good. Shishkin, I'd say. He's
so.
very, very good. Yeah, he is. I'd probably back, like, his price for the Arkle is so short already. Like, I'll be looking for value and hoping that something progresses past it. But he's just really, really good. Like, to win the Supreme, which was a good Supreme, the way he did, like, he nearly failed and then he nearly got brought down. He's a very, very good horse.
He is. There's no denying that whatsoever. I agree with the first 2. Album Photo, Envoy Allen, and I want to say Goshen, but he needs to step up this season. He's the potential of being the best. But Honeysuckle, what the hell am I talking about?
You know what? He's obviously not one of the best horses in training, but I just really love Latest Exhibition.
I thought you were going to say Loose Chips.
No, I love Latest Exhibition. I love the way he goes about things. He's a grinder, and I'm all about that.
Yeah, I agree. Right. That's 45 minutes enough of us. So, again, lads, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We will be back Sunday with Straight to the Point, and we will be reviewing everything that happened at the York Ebor Festival. So, again, thanks for watching, and we will see you on Sunday.